Valley, hooey Hollywood, where any office boy or young mechanic can be a panic with just a good-looking pan, and any barmaid can be a star.
Welcome to another episode of A-List Classics, where we talk about must-see movies that are considered to be the greatest films of all time. I am your host, the Game Changer, Wes Troop. And in this episode, we're heading back in our mint-flavored time machine to the year 2011, where we're going to talk about one of the most popular comedies to come out of that decade. That's right, we're going to be discussing the 2011 comedy, Bridesmaids. Annie Walker, a single woman in her mid-30s, has suffered a number of recent misfortunes, from her boyfriend leaving her to her bakery failing. Annie's best friend, Lillian, becomes engaged and asks her to be her maid of honor. While Annie accepts the role, the other bridesmaids, especially Lillian's new friend Helen, is making it tough with their ideas of having lavish and expensive parties and getaways leading up to the wedding. Annie tries to bluff her way through the events, but ends up heavily clashing with Helen. Along the way, Annie strikes up a friendship with Nathan, a state patrol officer, who could be a potential romantic interest for her. With all the drama going down, will Lillian's wedding be able to go on without a hitch? Bridesmaids is a hilarious comedy. It's directed by Paul Feig, and this was really his breakthrough hit, as he did a great job here. He's gone on to direct The Heat, Spy, and the Ghostbusters remake, with a few cast members of Bridesmaids, and later the film A Simple Favor. Bridesmaids debuted in theaters on May 13, 2011, and was praised by both critics and audiences alike. The film was a big surprise to many, as it's not a run-of-the-mill chick flick, but a very enjoyable female-led comedy that's highly entertaining for men as well. It's a very humorous movie that brings many good laughs, and while crude humor can be hit or miss in some cases, it really works in this instance. It's an interesting mix, as one moment there's a sweet and sentimental bit about friendship, and a second later you find yourself laughing out loud at a raunchy joke. The story is smart and witty, putting the characters into some amusing situations, such as an intense game of tennis, an entertaining plane ride, and battling food poisoning during a dress fitting after eating at a Brazilian steakhouse. There are some of the usual cliches here and there, such as the friends having a fallout and fighting towards the end of the film, but it's never too annoying. The jealousy between Annie and Helen is a well-done storyline, as well as their game of one-upsmanship is pretty fun and does have a mostly real feel to it. The romantic subplot between Annie and Nathan was also pretty charming, even though we can kind of guess where it's going. The cast have great chemistry and work well together, starring Kristen Wiig as Annie Walker, the down-on-her-luck baker turned jewelry store clerk who's set to be the maid of honor at her best friend's wedding, Maya Rudolph as Lillian Donovan, Annie's lifelong best friend who's getting married, Rose Byrne as Helen Harris III, the wealthy woman married to Lillian's fiancé's boss, who becomes Annie's worst nightmare, Melissa McCarthy, who's a scene stealer, as Megan Price, Lillian's soon-to-be foul-mouthed and oddball sister-in-law, Wendy McLendon-Covey as Rita, Lillian's long-married cousin, Ellie Kemper as Becca, the naive newlywed who's also a bridesmaid, and Chris O'Dowd as Nathan Rhodes, the kind state patrol officer who befriends Annie and becomes interested in her. The film was nominated for 2 Academy Awards, with Melissa McCarthy as Best Supporting Actress and Best Original Screenplay for Kristen Wiig and Annie Mumolo. Bridesmaids is a film that became an instant classic, launched a number of Hollywood careers, and is one of the best comedies of its decade. Alright, well that's the show. I'll be back with another episode of A-List Classics very soon. But until then, don't forget to subscribe right here on YouTube. YouTube.com/Westside of 515. Like the show on Facebook, facebook.com/WestTrueBaylist. And of course, you can follow me on the Twitter and the Instagram @WesAList. Until next time, Troop out.